running my fingers through that filter, and you can see all that metal up in my fingers. That's quite a bit of shavings. That's not good.
No good.
No bueno. Yeah, I think the old
dude.
Cummins kicked the bucket. I think she's done for, buddy.
What's up, guys? Today is a very special day because we are bringing back the old trusty Dodge Ram here. This thing has been sitting in our backyard for nearly 3 years now. She's been blown up. It's been sitting back here collecting a lot of dust, collecting a lot of grime and mold that you guys will see here in a minute. It's pretty disgusting in there. This truck has been part of the channel for a very long time, and I recently replaced it a couple years ago with the new Ford F450. But this truck was like the first nice thing I ever owned. For those of you that have been watching the channel for a long time, you know we started as a group of kids in a garage turboing clapped out Honda Civics with eBay turbos. And at one point I did have a Duramax before this, and that was my first tow truck because we needed a way to get our vehicles to and from the drag strip. That thing was really clapped out, so I don't even want to consider, you know, owning that vehicle. It's not even a significant part of my life. But this was the first real tow rig I ever had. It was a huge investment for me at the time. I've had a lot of good memories in this truck. We've also had several bad memories as well. The reason she's sitting right here is from a bad memory, and I was tired of the bad memories. But this thing has driven us all over the country. It's done a lot for us, regardless of the times it has left us stranded on the side of the road. And she's been sitting back here with a blown up engine for too long, and we're gonna bring this thing back to life because it's just sitting here and we have to do something with it eventually. The goal for today is to at least get this thing into the shop, get the engine pulled, and see what we hurt on it. The last time we made a video with this thing was we were coming back from a track day. Wyatt was driving it, and all of a sudden she started making a really bad knocking sound, and we ended up trailering it home. Come to find out there was a lot of metal in the oil, and we think that it is rod knocking. That is our belief. So we can't confirm that, but we want to tear the engine down and see what's really going on inside of there. But before we do any of that, we got to get this thing cleaned off because she is absolutely disgusting. I'm sure Wyatt will be a lot more excited about this video than all the electric Cybertruck stuff going on.
Yeah.
Given his diesel background.
Yeah, this one is a little more entertaining for me, but still not fun. I left the diesel world for a reason, but now this one will be cool. You mentioned earlier all the bad memories with this thing, and buddy, there was a lot of them. Remember Texas or Oklahoma?
Yeah, me and Wyatt almost died in this thing together.
We had just picked up the 2-car hauler from Texas Pride, maybe 5 hours ago, and we're driving down the road in a freaking blizzard, and all of a sudden the truck quits moving, like it's in neutral. So we pull over. It
had some life, but then it slowly
got worse and worse.
Slowly turned into a neutral.
We had all neutrals, so we pull over, and what happened is it knocked a transmission cooler line out of the side of the radiator and pumped all the fluid out of the transmission. So it was like negative 20-degree wind chill. Like, it was horrible. You couldn't be outside of the truck for more than like a minute.
I've never experienced cold like that.
Yeah,
literally,
it was horrible.
Your hands, if you just take them out of your pockets to like do anything, it just felt like they were being attacked by needles.
Yeah, it was so bad.
You couldn't do anything. Your hands would get numb in literally 2 minutes.
You wouldn't even think that in Texas, of all places, but it was the worst experience. Luckily, we were able to call the CarQuest that was like in the next town. They were able to bring us a little E-clip and a bunch of fluid. And after like 5 or 6 times jumping in and out of the cab to warm up, got it put back together, made it down the road. But it's a great way to break in the Texas Pride trailer. It's been covered in ATF since the day we bought it.
Yeah, dude, she's had her issues. If we didn't have cell service that day,
good chance we
could have actually died. It was that serious.
Yeah, it was
not
bad.
Even joking.
Let's take a look around this thing, man. She's been sitting a while and she's looking a little beat.
Yeah. I mean, we can start off right here. You can see the layer of stuff that we got going on. I'll give her a lick here.
Oh,
so,
buddy.
That is nearly 3 years of residue that has been collecting. And the part that I really am hesitant to show you guys is what the inside looks like, because it's pretty rough. So it's really humid out here in Florida. And apparently when vehicles sit out in this humid weather, you can accumulate some mold. And you can see here on the driver's seat that she is looking a little moldy. We tried to put these little deals in here that pull the moisture out of the air to help reduce the spread of all of it, but I mean, if you look at that passenger seat over there, that is disgusting. So it actually doesn't smell too bad in here, which is a plus. I'm trying to look at the bright side in this, but the interior needs a deep clean. So does the outside of the truck. Yeah, delicious. It's not too great, boys.
It's not terrible. It still smells like the day that you bought it. I remember you drove it over to the house and we were looking at it.
It does
and
have
it still smells. It like has its own smell. It's actually kind of good, but
yeah, Wyatt was actually the one that gave me the go ahead in my mind to buy this truck because
should have never done that.
I went to a used truck and car dealership. I test drove it for the day, brought it to Wyatt. He pulled up the codes, checked it out, and he's like, "Yeah, she seems like a good truck. It's up to you though." And I'm like, "Cool, I'm getting it."
It did great, other than like all the transmission issues. It had all of them, and it was never close to home.
Yeah,
that was
always
the
out
biggest
in the
thing.
middle of nowhere, dude.
Yeah, I remember him calling me. He's like, "It broke down again." I'm like, stranded in Missouri. They're putting a flex plate in it. I was like, brother.
I can say, as it sits right now, it has a very low mile, freshly rebuilt transmission, and that has been bulletproof ever since I did that because I dropped like $7,000 on this thing that trip and
brand new tires and wheels from Nitto.
Yeah.
They literally have like 100 miles on them. We put them on it.
We just got the wheels and tires on this thing, and then it freaking blew up.
Yep.
So
it's got a lot of good parts and one expensive boat anchor.
Dude, even look at the windshield right here. You can't even see through it anymore. Got spider webs, leaves. Florida's definitely really harsh on stuff that sits outside. The bed is filled with some of our Model S parts from the Tesla. We've been kind of using it as storage, so we're gonna have to clean that out. Looks like this tire needs to be aired back up. We got some plants growing through her. But we're gonna go ahead, air this up, hook it up to the mower, and I think first and foremost we need to get this thing power washed out before we do anything. And then the goal by the end of this video,
that's gonna be so satisfying.
Yeah,
spraying this thing off.
Yeah, getting all the grime off this thing. I mean, the poor girl's been sitting for so long, and like I said, even though she's let us down sometimes, she's done a lot for us in the channel, so we got to get this thing back up and running. Plus, we're balancing out the electric Cybertruck content with diesel Cummins content right here. So we're fixing two kinds of trucks. You guys can't be mad at us. We're the most diverse automotive YouTube channel on
without a doubt.
We got electrics, we got rotaries, we got K-swap airboats, we got Cummins repair going on.
We got some minivans, dude. Who's got minivans on their channel, huh? That are cool like ours? Nobody.
There might have been an ant nest under there. Look at all the ants coming out.
We had something in here. We got a pile of dirt and it looks like mouse poop or something. Come on. We might need the Cybertruck to pull this rig.
Nah, we got it. Ah, it's so close.
Get out of your hole. Fuck. Dude, I got ants in my Crocs. There's so many ants. Look at all the ants down here, dude. Ready?
Yep, ready?
Yep. Alright, one more. There we go, come on. Come on.
Yeah, baby, come on now.
Ants.
Come on now.
That John Deere putting in work, boy.
Let's go, baby.
Dude, there's so many spider webs in here.
Nice.
I also cannot see a thing. I can't see shit out of this thing.
Huh?
I can't see shit out of this thing, dude. Dude. Oh my god, it's so hard to turn.
That's probably good.
Dude, I got in this thing. The whole bottom of this was spider webs when I put my feet in there.
All of them.
It was just all webs. Look at this.
Jesus. Oh my, that's horrible.
Look in the door cars. The whole thing down there was like thick with web.
Brother, I think we got a whole day of cleaning ahead of us, not pulling a motor.
All right, so we're gonna start by getting this thing all cleaned up, at least on the exterior. We dropped the tailgate right here. This is just disgusting. There's definitely ecosystems going on in here. We'll get the bed cleaned out, get all these Tesla parts moved out of here, give her a good power wash, and then we'll pull this thing into the shop and see where we need to go from there. I know for a fact that this is Wyatt's. Thanks for leaving your trash in my bed, dude.
I would never. All right, y'all have fun with that, with your ecosystems and stuff. I'm gonna go do pressure wash things. Oh, dude, look at all the ants coming out of that can. Brother.
Are there ants living in
You
the
are so
cans?
lucky you threw that thing
Oh
down.
my gosh. I told you, this thing is just, it's an ecosystem.
Brother, you pissed them boys off.
Nature took this truck from us and we are taking it back. Dude, that is crazy. They're pulling eggs out of there. It was a whole nursery.
Brother, this is their escape
A couple of
plan.
them bit me pretty good. These ants don't mess around out here. These Florida ants, they're built different.
They be drinking pesticide right out the bottle.
And those ants are all hopped up on twisted tea, so who knows what they're capable of. Wyatt wouldn't let me power wash anything because he wants all the satisfaction.
Yep, this just pleases me deep down inside.
All right, guys. First thing we're restoring on the Cummins here. We got a faded out antenna mount right here. So we're gonna go ahead and give her the magic torch finesse and bring this guy right back to life. Look at that. Rolling this thing back 10 years right now.
It's probably the nicest aesthetic part on the truck right now.
We gotta get one of those bullet antennas.
Yeah.
Like the bullet casings.
The 50 cal.
Yes, sir. Dang, dude. A little white line right there. We'll get a little brush and touch that up.
Right. Pretty much restored the whole truck already.
Yep, I'm sure the engine's fixed now. Man, it really does feel good to see this thing somewhat cleaned up once again. We did spend a lot of time just power washing it now, but it's definitely gonna need a deep scrub even on the outside. There's still like a layer of grime on this thing, but we got it at least pretty cleaned off. Maybe in the future we'll give it a nice detail on the outside and actually give it a proper wash, but it's not so freaking disgusting on the outside now. And before we really dive into it, we're also going to see if we can briefly clean up the inside at least a little bit, because we're probably going to be in and out of this thing and we don't want to deal with all this mold. We just went and picked up some rubbing alcohol and we just mixed it with some water. We got a little brush. We're going to try to clean up the inside of that, wipe it out of there.
Let's see how it's done.
All right, boys, going in. And we're just going to start rubbing it away here. All right, we'll let that marinate a little bit over there. Get to see a little bit. Oh, look at that.
Brand new.
It's coming right out until it dries and it's still underneath. Oh, look at that, dude.
Gross.
That's just all mold. Maybe I need to turn the AC seats on, let it breathe a little bit, air it out. That's drying up and there's no mold. That's a good sign.
Terrible.
That was phase 1 of mold removal. Pretty gross.
We're gonna need about 17 phases.
All right, we've been letting the Dodge sit for quite some time and we're looking pretty good, boys. We're just about mold free. I'm sure there's some more in some little crevices, but she's completely dried out here. We've had a fan airing this thing out. Smells a lot nicer in here. It didn't smell too bad before, but at least we know that the mold is cleaned out of it. It's also pretty cool to see this thing after it's been sitting for so long, because it's literally like a time capsule in here. All the stuff that I left in it was just how it was when it blew up. I mean, I still got like old Sharpies in there, USB boxes. In the glove box, there's like random K-Series parts lying around, my hats. Like, I never even cleaned this out. It just blew up and I just left it. I just probably grabbed whatever camera gear I needed and I was like, yeah, we're done with that thing. But anyways, moving on from the interior, it's time to start disassembling all this and getting this old hog out of there. And that's where Wyatt's gonna take over.
Unfortunately, I know these trucks pretty well. Really working to my disadvantage today, and I've been nominated to pull this thing. So we're gonna get this thing in the air, pull the front tires off, get it down to where we can work on it, go ahead, get the front clip off it, and pull this boat anchor out. Be covered in oil and nasty grime by the end of the day. It'll be great.
This will be the biggest engine we've ever pulled out at this shop for sure.
Yeah, that poor little engine hoist is in for a workout today.
Yeah, Harbor Freight engine hoist is gonna be on max.
Yeah, the small engine hoist from Harbor
Yeah,
Freight.
it's not even the big one, it's the little dinky one. So we'll see if you can hold the weight of the Cummins. Definitely a little different from the 4-cylinders we're used to working on.
I mean, it
That
shouldn't be
big
that
old
bad.
inline.
It's
I mean,
6.
it's just a big 2JZ. That's all it is, right?
Yeah, only double the weight, maybe triple, but it's fine.
Look at that behemoth. And
Pound boat anchor.
thing is massive. That engine hoist is struggling right now.
Yeah.
Jeez. That thing is so big. Well, guys, now that we got this 6.7 Cummins out of the truck, I'm here to announce that we are officially Cummins swapping the Cybertruck. How do you think about that, Whit?
Buddy, I'm here for it. Let me tell you.
We're here to put a hood stack on that thing, make it roll some coal. Screw electric cars,
yeah, it's gonna make the same power. It's gonna make 700, so it's gonna be sick. I'm looking forward to this, bro. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah, no, we're just kidding. That would be really cool. But yeah, we got her out. It's pretty cool to see this thing out of the truck. I never realized that the ECU was on the side of the block there. That's pretty wild. And I was saying, it looks like we had some leakage back here. She's pretty grody.
So yeah, it's definitely been leaking fuel back here. This here is a return line for the injectors, and
That's all gummed up.
yeah, definitely been leaking for a while.
Look at all this.
It explains why it smells like fuel when you drove the truck.
Yeah, look at all the gunk built up around the exhaust manifold.
Yep. This
Pretty clean up here, but in the
this
back.
bolt was just loose. So, you know, just Cummins things. We're going to go through, get this thing dialed in, make it
Wouldn't
super
be my
reliable
truck if
again.
there wasn't a couple bolts loose.
Right.
I did also want to say that I did have full intentions on K-swapping the Dodge. It was going to happen, but we just have so many other projects, and I really just want to get this thing back up and running again, and we just don't have time for it, boys. I'm sorry, but it would have been funny. I was going to do it. I had the adapter plate, the whole thing planned out.
Transmission, motor, adapter plate.
I was actually going to try to have it done and take it to UCC this year with a K-swap in it and drive it down, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, I was going to say it's an expensive truck to have sitting in the back rotting away. I think the thing I'm looking forward to most is not being messaged asking if Kyle will sell this truck. I probably get one a month for like the last 3 years.
Yep. She has had some interest, even
Yeah.
as a roller. So.
Yeah. People want it, man. They're expensive trucks. They're hard to find. So,
Yeah, it's about time we do something with this, and we're running out of room. So, big old truck, need to make it move.
yeah, under its own power. I don't know if you guys saw us pulling it in with a tractor. It's not easy to move.
We're gonna go ahead and fix the old girl because she deserves it. So, if you guys want to stay tuned and see what happened to the engine here in the next video. We're gonna tear this thing down, so be sure to subscribe, follow along, and we'll get this thing back up and running once again. That's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you later.